Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss on the half-wave control rectifier with the RL load and a freewheeling diode. So in the earlier cases we had a discussion with the same circuit having a thyristor in series with an RL load, and now we are going to introduce one more diode in this circuit, and that is nothing but a freewheeling diode which is to be connected like this. So this I will name it as FD. So the use of a freewheeling diode in a circuit is to improve the output voltage and the current waveforms. So it will be preventing the reversal of the load voltage, which normally happens when the input supply voltage goes to a negative half cycle and the thyristor is not in the off position. So it will basically transfer the load current away from the main thyristor so that the thyristor will be able to regain the blocking state. So we will move on to the circuit analysis. So during the positive half cycle, you are going to trigger your thyristor at an angle alpha. So just imagine that I am going to trigger your thyristor at an angle alpha, and you are going to note down the output voltage waveform V0. Now at an angle alpha, what happens is that the thyristor gets fired. So the thyristor T will be acting as a closed switch, and therefore the output voltage will be equal to your source voltage. So it goes like this. So when it reaches the angle pi, what happens is that the input supply voltage has reversed this direction. But what has happened to the current? The current will not be reaching to zero because this is a inductive load. So since the current has not reached to zero, it will be much above your holding current, and therefore your system will be continuing in the conducting state. Now here we are making another assumption, that is nothing but your inductance is much greater than your resistance R. That means the current will be taking more amount of time to reach to the zero value, and therefore you can consider that the system is going to have a continuous conduction current. So now I am going to plot your I0 here. So this is nothing but your I0. So at this instant the current starts increasing, and since at reaching pi the current has not reached to zero because it's an inductive load, and since the inductance is much larger, it will be taking more amount of time to settle down. So it will be continuing like this. So during that time, what is actually happening to your freewheeling diode? So when reaching pi or past the value of angle pi, what happens is that this thyristor, this freewheeling diode is going to get a negative voltage over here and a positive voltage over here. So because of that, what happens? Your freewheeling diode starts conducting. So earlier your load current was moving from your thyristor, then your resistance, then your load, and back to your supply. So when the supply has reversed this direction, this freewheeling diode has gone to a reverse biased forward biased condition. Now the current will be moving from this particular point to this particular point. So the current has changed its path from the thyristor to the freewheeling diode, and the current will be freewheeling through the resistance, through the inductance, and through the freewheeling diode, and that is why we say it as a freewheeling diode. So the whatever the current which was being flowing through the thyristor from the angle pi till the thyristor gets turned off is being transferred to the freewheeling diode. Since the current has moved to the freewheeling diode, the thyristor has the ability to regain the blocking state, and therefore the thyristor gets turned off at the angle pi. And now, since your inductance is very large, it will be discharging like this and reaching to this particular point. And uh, because of this switching action, basically what happens is that whatever the stored energy in the inductance, it is being discharged to the freewheeling diode. So that is why earlier this was plus and minus, and due to switching action it has turned to minus and plus, and therefore that particular current is flowing through this freewheeling diode. Now this is again continuing again at 2 pi, again at angle 2 pi. So this is 2 pi. So at 2 pi plus alpha, again I am going to trigger on my SCR, and therefore it again starts conducting like this. So that time what will happen to our current? The current again will start increasing, because from the freewheeling diode again the conduction has moved on to the thyristor, because the thyristor is being fired at an angle of 2 pi plus alpha. So the current again starts increasing. Again at this instant, at the 3 pi, your voltage has reached to the zero value. Therefore again a negative voltage will be appearing across your freewheeling diode, and the freewheeling diode again gets turned on, and the current starts gradually reducing like this. So we can also continue it from here. So this is how your I note is looking like. Now we need to plot the source current IS, and the source current IS, you can see here that this IS is not same as your current I naught, because I naught will be continuously conducting because through the freewheeling diode. So during that particular time, IS will not be there because the thyristor is in the off state. So in a freewheeling diode condition, the source current will never be same as your load current, because the output current will be freewheeling through your freewheeling diode. Now you can see that this IS will be flowing only when your thyristor is in the on condition. So here we will be plotting the conducting paths of this particular current. So the freewheeling diode, so the thyristor is conducting during this particular period. So this is nothing but the conducting period of your thyristor T, and freewheeling diode will be conducting to this particular part. So from alpha to pi, T will be conducting, and again from pi to 2 pi plus alpha, freewheeling diode will be conducting. Again this is for freewheeling diode. Now we will be trying to plot the source current, and this source current is always same as your thyristor current IT. So just imagine the source current will be same as the thyristor current, and that will be when your thyristor T is in the conduction state. So whatever the waveform which is being plotted over here, this portion will be the replica of your source current or your thyristor current. So I can plot the thyristor current in the same waveform as your I naught from alpha to pi. So that will again be continuing during the next period from 2 pi plus alpha to 3 pi. So that is for the IS and AT. Now you can plot your freewheeling diode IFD. So you can see it directly from your freewheeling diode uh, when it is conducting. So from pi, so from this particular point to this particular point, your freewheeling diode is conducting. So this is something like this. So I can draw. So this is during this particular period, and to backside also we can plot like this. Again from this particular point to this particular point. So this is for the freewheeling diode. Now we have to plot it for the thyristor voltage Vt, which we have to plot. So the thyristor is off when freewheeling diode is conducting. So I can plot a waveform like this. From 0 to alpha, it is in the off state. From alpha to pi, it is in the on state. Therefore, it is acting like a closed switch. So the output voltage is Vt is 0. And then at this particular angle pi, the thyristor has gone to its reverse bias condition and the current has gone below the holding current, and therefore it has gone to the switched off mode, and therefore it will be like this. Again, from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha, it is again in the it has not started conducting, and therefore the waveform will be like this. So this is how we can plot the entire characteristics of the system. And here we can see that your thyristor is in the reverse biased condition from pi to 2 pi. So therefore we can also write down the circuit turn off time Tc is nothing but 2 pi minus pi divided by omega, that is nothing but pi by omega. So whatever discussions which we had with respect to these things, we can also compare it the half-wave control rectifier with your simply RL load, and what are the changes which comes into effect when a freewheeling diode is being added to the circuit. So during this particular period, whatever the energy which is stored in the inductor is being returned back and it is getting dissipated in your resistance R. So now we will be moving on to the analysis of the system. That is how we can write down the output current equation, output voltage equation when it is in the conduction mode and also during the freewheeling mode. Okay, thank you.